I like
Hi, Twitch. We're sinking. We're sunken. Hello.
We're almost synced up.
Wanna sink it? Don't you wanna?
All right.
We're all sanctimonious.
Uh-oh. What happened to my overlay, though?
It went bye-bye.
I want this on.
That's right. I
should I
farted on the show. Deal with it this time. I better open up my sound preferences so that I can, do all the swapping of the audios later on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot your Nintendo. That's right.
Yep. I have a theme this week.
Uh-oh. It's I hate you all, and you're all gonna die.
It's possible.
Are we all recording at this point?
We're all recording at this point.
Could somebody please open up their Twitch, by the way, and just make sure that audio is coming in? Because I'm not 100% that that's happening.
Yeah,
yeah, I'll go on my phone, too. It'll be a race.
Appreciate it.
I'm sending my last email right now.
All right, Lucas.
Hi, boss. You're not listening, but hi.
Hello. We love you.
I might have to turn off my camera because I got something stuck in my teeth, and I don't think everyone wants to see me go.
See what we get.
I'm pretty
for 2 hours.
I'm pretty sure audio's coming out. Let's see. I'm pretty.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I've got an ad.
Yep, we're good.
Yep, I hear Justin.
I just put it up right when you was like, "Hello, we love you." Which I think should just be the sound that everybody gets when they make a comment.
I mean, that's not wrong. Oh God. All right. We're 2 minutes past. Let's sync up. In 3, 2, 1.
Don't get caught. Get off the hook.
God. Callie, where you at?
211.
What?
Marie.
Lucas, where you? I mean, Jesus. Steve, where you at?
Oh, wait, I'm not Callie.
Wouldn't you have been Pearl and Eugene would have been Marina?
Where were you at, Steve?
Pearl.
3 minutes?
10:33?
10:33.
I don't know. I said it. You made me forget, and I can't rewind my recording to see.
Justin, you're freaking me out. Where you at?
Damn it! I was going to try to talk without even moving my face. Minute 50.
Oh, that's not gonna work. Hang on.
Right.
There we go.
I did study ventriloquism for a while.
Oh God. Now we're not gonna know if you're frozen or not.
I'm just gonna do the whole podcast like this.
Oh no.
So little reminders before we get started, which we are in here in a sec. Let's use the chat for production talk, and then let's have a good show.
Cool.
My body lies over the ocean.
Justin, remember you are on deck for news, so after got to be ready for that stuff. All right, let's hit it. Give me a little silence so I can make my notes of the lambs.
Hello, Clarice.
My wife's maiden name is Lamb.
God, let's get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. This is the podcast with the most. This is the best podcast in the English-speaking internet. I mean, it's just facts here, folks, not fake news. Justin, how are you doing tonight?
You throw me off every time you bring that back because, as long as I've been on this podcast, we haven't used that slogan.
Well, it's here tonight. The slogan is here to stay. Well, I don't know if it's here to stay, but we found it. Yeah, get used to it.
As long as Lewis didn't, copyright it or something.
Right. Lucas, how the heck are you doing tonight?
I'm doing just dandy. I didn't come up with anything funny to say, so I'm good. My life
Really?
is
I
good.
couldn't tell the difference.
Oh. Damn.
Well, at least you're here. You're making it. We're looking at new hardware for you, so Infendo Radio is going to be so much better on your end soon. That's looking
That would
good.
be exciting. I can actually tune in and see what people are commenting while we're doing the show.
So that's gonna be nice. Steve, how are you doing this evening?
Well, I don't know about new hardware, but I finally learned how to use old hardware last night.
Okay,
Now that
I'll
I
take it.
Finally,
Your mom's old hardware.
Jeez.
Literally like 3 minutes into the show.
Yeah, but the listeners missed the first two, so.
Well, being live to twitch.tv/Infendo Radio.
That's right. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Steve. Yeah, we're going to get our plugs here. Go to twitch.tv/Infendo Radio. We're actually going to be running a contest next week. We're going to give away one of our t-shirts from our merch shop. But the only way you can win is if you're tuning in live and earning rupees during the stream, which you can use to then redeem for, some cool merch. So at the end of the stream next week, there's going to be a giveaway which you can use your rupees for that you earn by watching us live on twitch.tv/Infendo Radio. So tune in next week. That's going to be great. If you want to know how to get there, if you didn't just hear that URL, you just want to click a button, go to infendo.com. You can click the button for videos there and then join our Twitch channel that way. Otherwise, you can click on the community button and click all the friend codes. Click on the friend codes channel, add your friend code, go to Discord, join our Discord chat and all that fun stuff. And yeah, just be a cool community member. So we are going to get right into the news, and Justin's going to take us away. Okay, let me make a note here. News.
Just once, I'd like to not be the first one doing the news.
You should have been quicker on the draw.
Yeah, you shouldn't pick the topic that.
Topic I want is always the first one. Got to shuffle them a bit.
Hey Steve, what folder did you say that music was in?
Bumper audio?
Show
I
bumper
think.
music. Yep, there it is. And Justin didn't have anything specific, so he doesn't get anything.
I don't know the titles of most of them anyway. Plus, the titles in this album are probably different than the titles I got from YouTube. So,
Possibly.
Next week I'm using Fighter Z. I'm telling you.
Dragon Ball Z?
Yep.
I need to choose a game to draw music from one of these days.
How about this? Let's level the audio. Are we too loud? We're okay?
I can go with the goddess theme. Sure, why not?
Cool. Alright, then let me use that. And then, yeah, Justin, you will take us away. Oops, not Windows theme, goddess theme. All right, Justin, I'm gonna, you know the drill, the visual audio cues, and then you can start. I'm gonna mute myself though, so just make sure to be looking for me. Here we go. Oh wait, I need a note in Audacity. Use Justin. Here we go.
All right, so our first news tonight is nothing big, but we do have a few upcoming releases for the Switch Online NES library brought to us by Nintendo Life. And so I'll just read off what we got coming and we can talk about it because there's not really much else to say. Coming in October, which this is October, so they might be there now, they might be coming soon. We have Solomon's Key.
I think it's next week, actually, that it launches. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Okay, is it next week or are they going to release one every week?
I'm not 100% sure. I know that the first new one is next week, according to this article's, at least the article's headline.
All right, well, keep your eye out for Solomon's Key, NES Open Tournament Golf, which is the origin of Mario's Stars and Stripes suit, by the way. And Super Dodgeball, which is an NES game, so don't be fooled by the title. In November, we have Metroid, Mighty Bomb Jack, and Twinbee. And in December, we have Wario's Woods, Ninja Gaiden, and Adventures of Lolo. So, as I've expressed numerous times, my excitement for these is tempered by the fact that I have a hacked NES Classic, and about half of these games I already have on it. The other half I've never played before, so I don't know if I should be excited about them.
I'm hearing good things about Solomon's Key. I haven't personally played it. And they do come out October 10th, from what I'm reading.
I'm kind of excited for most of them, I guess. I don't know. Dodgeball sounds fun. Twin Bee is fun. Metroid is good, even if it's like the Metroid I want to play the least out of all the Metroids. I'm disappointed that Kid Icarus is going to have to wait until 2019, but it'll come here eventually, and when it does, it will be glorious. So I can wait. I'm a patient person. At least Metroid will give me something else to play with Steve after we finish Zelda.
Right.
Yes.
It would be nice if they would release the version of Kid Icarus for which the cheat codes actually work, because the one they've come out with on everything since the Wii Classic has a different passcode system.
Actually, I'll tell you the version I would want the most is the 3DS version. Not for the 3D mechanic, obviously, because you couldn't get that on Switch. But they actually did like nice hand-painted backgrounds.
Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen, but
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Metroid and Kid Icarus, it would be nice if they could somehow dump the Famicom Disc version soundtracks into it. But since we didn't get that for Legend of Zelda or Zelda 2, I imagine probably no go on Metroid and Kid Icarus either.
Yeah.
Well, I assume if that's really a big issue, though, you can just go ahead and download the Japanese one. Like I have it.
Right.
I'm
and the Japanese
notice a difference, but you know.
Yeah, and the Japanese releases of Metroid and Kid Icarus have a save feature, battery backed at the time, save feature, which, you know, the NES versions did not. Adventures of Lolo is kind of exciting. That's kind of a forgotten game in the Nintendo library, but it's one of HAL's, like one of their first completely independent.
Those games were fun.
Yeah, the hard games, but yeah, they're fun.
Same with Solomon's Key.
Ninja Gaiden is coming out in December.
I think that
Luigi has something to say about that.
I think Ninja Gaiden is cool, but I've been playing The Messenger, which I'll talk about in Change the System, and just like I just don't know that I can go back to that at this point.
I think the one other point that I want to make to all of this, and we've talked about before how we all have varying degrees of whether or not we think Nintendo Online is a good thing. I tend to lean toward I think it's fine. I think people are kind of overreacting when they get like outraged by it and everything. But as Nintendo continues to release more and more of these games, like 3 games, by the end of the year we'll have 29 games. At what point is that value price point going to shift more people in favor of getting the system? Like when we have like 40 NES games and like 20 Super Nintendo games, which will be a thing eventually. Like, will that be enough for people to say, like, okay, yeah, it's worth $20?
No, it won't, because people have been, like on PlayStation, you used to get 6 games every month, and people still complained that they were getting crappy games.
Yeah. People will always complain.
People were complaining on Xbox Gold that they weren't getting free games, so they started doing it, and then they're like, well, we're still not getting good games. So unfortunately, no matter what we do, nobody's ever going to be happy. And I think it was you who had made the point. We've been getting free, internet
Nintendo for like the last 16 years. Yeah. No, I know. I am curious though, because I don't know the numbers on how many people adopted NES Online. I feel like half of the people I know personally that I've talked to got it, and the other half are like, I don't play enough to make it worthwhile. And it comes down to that, like, are you like a serious gamer, or do you just play maybe like a couple of times a week deal?
Me and my wife both got it.
Yeah. Man, you got a family plan, so that's a thing. But no, I'm curious to see like is it like 50-50? And if not, like, what will it take to push it to like 50% ownership? Like, what are those numbers? It would be nice to know what the numbers are to see how many people are actually playing online, because I've been playing a lot of online games and I haven't really noticed a dip in people, but I'm sure it's out there for a lot of the more like casual gamers. So,
right.
Period.
So, all right. Well, it's I'm excited to see how the lineup grows. It's like you guys said. So I just hope, and I don't know. Is Nintendo going to leave all the games that were on the service to begin with, or are they going to like start removing them, kind of Netflix style? So I don't know.
Yeah, they've said that games will cycle in and out, but who knows? They also said there wasn't going to be any virtual console, and as we heard last week, there might still be. So
right, yeah, exactly. So
in a roundabout way, it's what we've got.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next bit of news, and Lucas is going to take us away.
As soon as we pick another song.
Funny,
Oh, do you have Siege?
What did you just call me?
It's called Siege.
Yeah, it is. It's Eugene. It's the one I had said to use as the opening.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite song.
All right. Let's see.
It's basically just Mars, but I still love it.
Yeah, the name of it was in Discord.
It's
called.
Something. What is it's in Discord. I closed my Discord. Do you happen to know the number?
Working on it.
Hang on, let me pull out my music app here. Track 28, Under Siege.
Under Siege.
Well,
I wasn't seeing it.
I see it.
I say which disc?
That's it.
House volume.
It's good.
Okay, then let me get that. Let's get my notes. All right, Lucas, you know the drill.
I know the drill.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Good news! Stardew Valley's multiplayer on the Switch is finished. Kind of. They announced that they're all done building it or porting it or whatever the process that goes into doing something that's already finished on another system is, but it's now in quality assurance, which means that they are testing it for bugs and crashes and all those other delightful things that plague games that are still in development. What that means is that we could be getting it soon, but probably not soon enough for most people. I know it's already out on PC, but hey, if you're a Stardew Valley person and you have a lot of other people who are Stardew Valley people and you want to live your little lives together, you're getting closer and closer to the chance to do that. There's really not that much else to say about that. Concerned Ape, which I believe is the developer or publisher, they've been kind of vocal about it on Twitter, which is nice to see. I always like it when a developer is like transparent about that kind of thing. But other than that, not that much more to say. It's coming eventually, so stay tuned. Gentlemen, have you played Stardew Valley? Would you like to play it in multiplayer? Thoughts?
Multiplayer might get me to actually buy it, to be honest. I still haven't pulled the trigger on it. It's been on sale dozens of times. My backlog is so big. I've been playing 2 games for the last 4 months that I really need to get off of.
See, multiplayer would be a gimmick that might get me back into it, because my biggest problem with it was that it was basically just Harvest Mode, or basically just Rune Factory. Now they've got a mechanic that, like, I can't get in those games. So if I can play with other people, like, sign me up. You can even, like, get married to other players, like other real players, which is pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of little
right?
to it that I like. So I've been in. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's definitely gonna get me to play again. Like, I didn't really get too much into it onto the Switch. I definitely got my money's worth. I think I got like 20 hours in, but like I think you and like Minus and some of the other guys got like 80, 100 hours into that freaking game.
I was like a 20 like you. I had some time, not enough. Yeah, I got bored like you. You know, you get through like a year and you're like, oh, okay, I'm seeing what this game has to offer.
Right, exactly.
I may have missed it. You might have said it. Did it say online multiplayer or just local?
It's
oh online. Yeah, baby boo.
Crap.
Here's my problem though, and like I already own the game, so it's not like I have to make a decision. It's like, oh, update the game, you know. But I have a couple of friends who've played it, and they've been bugging me to play online, and they have it on PC. So like I feel like if I do end up making like a dedicated account, it's probably going to be on PC.
Sure.
So like I mean I could see starting one on Switch too if like there were 3 other people who wanted to do that. but I feel like I'm gonna be putting most of my time, if I ever do put it in, on PC.
Right. Yeah. That I guess that makes sense. I wish that this game, and they haven't said anything about it, but I wish they would offer some kind of crossplay. That'd be cool.
That would
But
be
like,
nice.
I don't know if that's in their development pipeline or whatever.
Well, Nintendo has said they will help support developers that want to do it. So, developer shows interest, Nintendo will help them.
Yeah, for sure. Justin, are you interested at all in a game like Stardew Valley? Do you care about like Harvest Moon-y type life sim games?
I've never played one, so and Stardew Valley wasn't really like grabbing me. Like that wasn't the game that made me go, "Ooh, I really need to try this now." So
Sure. Just kind of indifferent, I guess.
yeah, I'll probably like if it goes on sale and it's cheap enough that I can justify spending money on a game that I didn't previously care about, I might go for it just for the community aspect, but
Right.
not a
Coins
big
that are
thing for me right yet.
Could we talk a little bit about how cool it is to finally have a console where we can get something like this, where like the games are being updated after release and everything like that? Because that was never a thing with any Nintendo consoles before,
Yeah. No, I know. It's very pleasant. I kind of feel like we are a slice of like gamer culture. Like you take the four of us and we're like a petri jar for like the larger Nintendo fanboy community.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like the fact that all four of us are kind of like lukewarm to cold on Stardew Valley is a sign that like as a game, like it did fine, but it didn't like blow anybody out of the water.
Right.
Like not even one of us is like, no, you gotta play this game. It's the best thing you've ever, like.
And see, I think maybe my first like 5 to 7 hours on the Switch I was that way, but then you get to a point where you're like, okay, now what?
Yeah, I just went into it so cynically. Like I booted it up, and I was like, okay, I played like 2 other games that do the same thing. What have you got for me? And I was like,
Sure.
I don't like this as much. This is okay. This is worse. Like I was out.
Right. Oh yeah, and then you, I think, had was it you that didn't like the art style either of it? Because
I had problems with the art style, which is
Yeah.
I actually like. I looked up. I did research on it. Back in the day, like the original build was more like Japanese style like art, but then they switched to like a weird kind of like Western style art for the characters, and I actually think the characters look a lot worse because of it. So like I am a sucker for Japanese like art and games. Like if Skyrim was a JRPG, I would never put it down. But that's like a personal bias. It's just one of those deals where like I look at all the characters and I'm like, you're all so ugly. Like I can't love any of you.
Right.
In a game about like getting married to people, that kind of becomes a problem. So.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to move on to our next little bit of news, which is actually so happens to be a little bit of a correction from last week, but we'll let Steve talk about that.
Yes, Steve.
Talk about it.
I was wondering if
You correct those mistakes.
I actually think Steve was like
We're holding you personally responsible.
Steve was like the most vocal one about this actually last week, I think. So it kind of makes sense.
I don't remember.
I remember you talking about it specifically.
I remember you being like, "It sucks that this game is only
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is all your fault.
It's true.
Steve, which track you wanted? I'm sorry, Steve. Which track did you want? Volga? Where is it? Oh, it's number 49. This one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the one that I
say
tried.
Volvagia.
No, Mulgara. God, I can't talk. Yeah, that's one.
Like,
All right.
no Volvagia in that game. There's a Volga.
It is. Oh God, it's loud. How's our volume?
Turn it down just a hair so when the actual song starts, it's not as loud.
Cool.
But yeah.
So then we'll start.
Guys,
We'll start at like this. Is that good?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then once you hit that like 7-second mark.
Told you guys about the Hanukkah menorah level we made in Smash Bros. Right to this music.
What?
I'll tell you that story sometime. Pretty great. We basically had a giant menorah that you could fight on, and we thought this music sounded like the most like classical Jewish, so we used it. It was pretty great. Not a slight in the lightest. I'm just saying, the music to me had that like fluty kind of music that you hear in a lot of like Fiddler on the Roof stuff. So
that was amazing.
That was our life. I don't think that's racist. I think that's just me identifying with the culture. But
we're gonna name this episode Hebrew Zelda.
That's
That's not controversial at all.
I mean, it's not. We're just saying the word Hebrew. It's not like. I mean, not everything that has to do with races and cultures should.
Lucas, can we get this as a shirt on the merch shop?
What, Hebrew Zelda?
Hebrew specifically.
Where are we going?
I'm so glad I am editing the
Tell you what.
month.
Tell you what. I will make you.
Thanks for reminding me. I need to finish the outtakes.
I'll make you a Star of David made out of
Super
Nintendo Triforces.
Lucas,
I'll give you that.
yes.
I can't guarantee it will sell, but I'll give it to you.
You will sell at least one.
That's great. Okay, all right. Don't make me get my coconut.
Oh God!
I'll get the lime.
Shake it off.
News, Lucas.
Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for
Who's doing this news article?
another.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You would think after
I'm
sorry.
Put the
I
lime
saw
in
the
the
Discord.
coconut, you drinking both. Put the lime in the coconut, you
Yeah.
drinking both.
All right, I'm getting the coconut.
Coconut, you call the doctor, what you said, doctor.
Yeah, now it's out in the water.
You said, doctor.
I should point out that when you're doing that part, you have to do doctor. You gotta really go with the doctor.
I'll save that for you.
Oh, you know what I can do? I can just mute all of you.
It's the Eugene Show. All Eugene, all the time.
All right, here we go. Steve, your music is about to start. I am muting myself. Here we go.
Alright, guys, in the spirit of being the informed Nintendo podcast that we always are, we would like to amend a statement from last week that was actually not said by us, so you can't be mad at us for it. During the Nintendo Direct, they let us know that we're getting a game called Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, which is coming out for the wrong system, the 3DS, just put it on the Switch. But what they said in the Direct contradicted what they said on their original website. The Direct said it would be out on the 3DS family of systems in 2019. And then Nintendo put it on their website, and the website actually suggested that the game would only be compatible with the new Nintendo 3DS systems. Like I say, they didn't mention that.
One's right, Steve.
Well, they've recently updated their website to match what they said in the Direct. So it seems as though it's actually going to be compatible with all Nintendo 3DS systems now that the word new has been dropped from the website. So for those of you that actually are going to get it on the 3DS and not wait for the Switch port that'll come out in 2020, you heard it here first, you can get it on all of your 3DS systems now. And it still looks awesome. There's a whole bunch of extra modes for it. There's some mode where a demon chases you. There's a couple of new mini games that have DDD and Meta Knight in them. Something about really big balls I'm seeing in there, but you know, nothing.
Thank you, Steve.
Soundtrack by AC/DC.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I wasn't really fazed much by the fact that it was going to be a new 3DS exclusive. I'm similarly nonplussed by the fact that it is not. So,
I mean,
more people that want to play it.
That it has stereoscopic 3D effects, because, you know, what's the point of putting it on the 3DS if you're not going to do that? But
I'm excited that more people get to play this game because it was really cool. Not that a lot of people probably would have missed out on it because it was a Wii game, which, you know, sold a lot of... But
I actually never got it.
Oh, well, I mean, now's your chance, buddy.
I thought it looked gimmicky, and I was like, Kirby doesn't inhale enemies and copy their powers? Like, what's up with that? So,
You know what they missed for this version of the game?
What?
Yarn Kirby amiibo.
Don't tempt them, Steven.
Yeah.
It'll be
doesn't
a
want
Don't tempt me.
I want Yarn Toby, I want Yarn Prince Fluff, I want Yarn Meta Knight, and I
Ooh.
want Yarn...
Hey, give us a Yarn Bowsette. Come on. I mean, keep up with the internet.
Please. Could
Dude,
you
I
not
saw-
acknowledge
I saw-
that?
I saw Buet on Twitter today. I'm like,
I know,
really?
it's a thing.
All right, so
Um,
Kirby's Epic Yarn is coming out.
So,
Kerbet, anybody?
yes, Kerbet. There you go.
All right, good night. It's been a good
I-
show.
I feel like I'm still not going to get this. Like, I don't know. It never really interested me much. It always looked like Kirby is usually an easy game. Yoshi is usually an easy game. The Yarn games to me just look like super easy. And like, that's a level of like ease that I'm bored with.
I don't agree. If you're a completionist like my wife,
But
Well, if you're a
that's
computer-
different.
Completionist.
You're right.
Or not Kirby's Epic Yarn. Yoshi's Woolly World is pretty challenging.
Dude,
I think it lived up to the Yoshi's Island standard.
it bored me. Like, I don't know.
I like to have I do like to have that challenge in the completion aspect, but I also want to have that challenge in the actual game. So if it's like if it's not gonna give me both, then I'm kind of probably gonna pass. I don't know.
Like, there are very few games that I say I'm too old for, but I feel like I felt like 10 years ago, and I feel like now, Kirby's Epic Yarn was one of those. Like, I tried Yarn Yoshi just on like a whim because it was on Wii U and I was desperate for games. But like, I don't really have much of an interest in this one, and I'm tired of the yarn mechanic. I was tired of the yarn gimmick like after Kirby, so like I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. Like, there's really nothing about this that interests me except for the fact that it's a Kirby game I haven't played.
if it were
Sure.
on Switch, if they were to bring like a Yarn 2-pack to Switch that had Yoshi and Kirby, I could probably convince my wife to buy it. I'm not sure that I like either game enough though to buy them again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would pay $30 for Kirby's Epic Yarn if I wanted to play it. Like, you know. Yeah, Luigi, I know. It's just one of those things where, like, you know, sometimes you're the muffin, sometimes you're the brand.
I'm indifferent to it. I have it on the Wii,
Yeah.
and that, I mean, on the Wii I can play it with one of my kids. So, you know, I don't need it for the 3DS. I'm not going to get it for the 3DS. But again, in defense of Yoshi's Woolly World, once you get past the first world, it gets pretty tough. So even if you're not collecting everything, the platforming gets pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I
I
mean,
just don't remember that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but not like a Mario tough. You know, like Mario will give you,
It's
like,
It's much more
It's like Mario
leisurely. It's
World
not
4.
like the Twitch reflex tough like Donkey Kong or Mario, but you do have to be pretty precise in, you know, your egg throwing and and puzzle solving and stuff like that. But anywho,
yeah. All right. Well, Steve's going to be the one throwing eggs at us here pretty soon because he's hosting. Oh no, Justin's hosting Nintendo.
No,
Just kidding.
he's not. Boy, you are all
Here
mixed up.
at Infendo Radio,
all
we
mixed up.
All right, we will be right back. And as you all know, I am your host, Eugene. So we'll see y'all in a few minutes.
Eugene, you got to turn your light down. Your face is looking pale.
Sorry, I apologize. Am I blue or am I green?
I was talking about the other Eugene.
He was making a joke because my skin is lighter than yours. Although I think
I'm
I
like
have
10
the
steps
second-
behind all of you guys tonight, man.
I think I have the second darkest skin on the show. I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah, I would say that. That's
would-
definitely fair.
Well, you
I
do
have
look
that.
good.
I have that Italian bronze.
I was gonna say, well, I have that too, but I've spent less time in the sun because I don't live in Florida.
Well, that's the key, though. I mean, like, look, if you look at my arm here, and then you look at
So we'll be right
it
back
goes
for
from-
Nintendoons. I don't know whether we
Oh
actually.
no!
Oh no, we did. Oh, we've broken.
Look, it goes from like tan to like Scottish pink. On
Yeah,
his
I
sleeve.
Scottish
I
pink.
got that when I lived in Florida. I got pretty dark, and then
Oh, that's too funny.
I
All
never
right.
burned. Like my face would burn, and sometimes
By
like
the
my
way-
neck and the back of my ears might burn. But once I got that base tan, I didn't have to put any sunscreen on ever in Florida. It was fantastic.
By the way, I want "Sometimes You're the Muffin, Sometimes You're the Bran" on a T-shirt. I'm just saying. I think we've coined a phrase.
We
that
have a merch shop, Lucas.
All right, Steve, get on it.
I can type up a text block and I can slap it on that shirt.
all right. Here comes Grunty. How he sounding?
He was exceptionally quiet at the beginning.
We're okay now though.
Yeah.
So that's about what it'll start at, and then we'll go down.
Oh, I don't know if we can go down any further than we already have tonight.
We'll try, Justin.
Timber.
Do you need to test your audio, Justin?
Well, I'm setting up right now. Let me.
Knowing tonight, it might be a good idea because we're having a night. Clearly.
All right. What should I test this with? I don't know. What do I got here? I don't want to. Obviously, I don't want to play something that I have set up to play. Hearing that?
Yes.
Dead mouse.
That is Dead Mouse.
There's my first point, baby.
You know what? You know what? I'm willing to give you a half point.
I couldn't tell you the name of the song to save my life, but I have most of the stuff on my iPhone.
It's
He's a dick too. He got into a fight with one of the guys from Podbash a couple of years back. It was rather amusing.
You seem to really like composers who are dicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could name others, but I don't want to call them out on the show because I still buy all their music. Deadmau5 is rich enough, though, to where I will.
All right, so I have as I said before, I have a theme tonight, so good luck. And I am ready to go. Eugene, are you overlaying the score, or am I keeping?
No, not this week. I couldn't quite figure that out, unfortunately. So
okay.
Yeah.
Let me bring up my scorekeeper. I'll delete, zero everybody out here.
Lucas, if that idea comes to fruition, I'm going to be so poor from buying all of those.
I think I'm gonna make that a thing. I think that could be a really fun game.
I just need to send you my Amazon wish list. You can spend all your money on me.
I know. I agree, Lucas. I think we should do it. There kind of does that kind of, and we'll discuss it.
Because we'll discuss it in the meetings. So we don't bore all the live listeners. But you can set something to be limited to a specific amount of time. I could limit something to a week, and the week that the show launches, for an entire week.
That would be that's a great idea.
I like this. I'm making this my crusade, baby. Next week's show, we got an announcement for you.
Amazing. I'm gonna be so broke. I hate it. My wife orders off Tea Turtle all the time, though, so I don't feel bad.
All right, Justin.
I'm going to Amazon.
Justin, I've got music coming for you. I'm going to mute myself, and then you are going to be bringing us in.
All right. As soon as I hear the music, I'm going to do all my audio switch overs. Hang on a second.
Cool.
Let me set a timer for 15 minutes so I can be ready for that.
All right. Here comes music.
All right, welcome back to Infendo Radio. We are about to play everybody's favorite game, except usually mine. Although I don't mind it when I'm hosting, because I get a little of my own back.
Gets to throw the poo right back at us.
So we are going to play Nintendoons, and if you're new to the show, first of all, thank you for joining us. And this is a game where the host, tonight will be me, we'll play some music from Nintendo games, and these gentlemen right here have to guess what game it's from. you can go to our Patreon, and for $2 a month, you can suggest games for us to try to guess. And we're going to start out with all the Patreon suggestions because I have a theme tonight. So we are going to start off with a little something from Jay-Z Beast. And where the hell did it go? What did I just do? I broke it.
While you find that, Justin, we need to let our non-live listeners know that Steve is actually starting with half a point this week because of something that happened in the live stream. So if you're not watching the live stream, you've got to go over to twitch.tv/Infendo Radio and listen.
He's going to hold us to this, isn't he?
Yeah, I am. I called my half a point. That was a good guess.
All right. So the first one comes from Jay-Z Beast, and I'm going to put a little disclaimer out here. His first request, I could not find any of the music from. I suggested an alternative, and it turns out that was actually used recently. He suggested another game, and I could only find 3 tracks from it. I haven't played the game myself, so I don't know if that's all the music that's from it, but this might end up being a quick round. But
let's see.
Well, tell me what the game is, and I can see if I can find some music.
I might not have to. I haven't pre-screened this music, so it might be a dead giveaway the moment.
Rayman.
All right. Are we ready?
We are ready. Whenever you're ready,
All right. It's ready. We're gonna get.
Oh, I know this game.
Kirby Superstar Ultra?
Nope.
There's a lot more than 3 tracks to that game.
Yeah, I know, but I thought maybe just music.
There might be more than 3 to this one. I don't know.
Metroid Prime Pinball?
Nope.
Metroid Prime Hunters?
Nope.
Okay.
Is it Trine?
It is not Trine.
Is this Dead Cells? No, it's not Dead Cells.
It is not Dead Cells.
Since there's only 3 tracks, can we get our system a little early?
System is 3DS.
Oh.
3DS. 3DS. What is this game?
That's what he's asking.
That's what you have to figure out.
Oh, I better turn off my chat.
Oh, that's
Can
a
we
good point.
get a second track?
Sure. Again, I haven't pre-screened these, so the second track might be dead giveaway. The third one probably almost definitely will be.
Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Sounds so Metroid Prime-y. Is this Samus Returns for the 3DS?
Nope. I was just gonna say that.
I'm glad I said it first.
No, Samus Returns had a CD
You
that
could
came
be
with
wrong
it.
first.
Well, yeah, but again, this could just be that he could only find 3
Find
tracks.
it, yeah,
It's not a
right.
guarantee that there's only 3 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Can you turn it up a hair?
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds.
kinda
Is it Aliens or something?
Nope.
Was there an alien? Is it Contra?
It is not Contra.
Contra 2.
It's not Contra 2.
Contra 4?
It is not Contra.
Is it Contra 3?
It is not Contra.
Is it? Oh, okay. I was going to say it's Contra 3DS next.
It is not Contra.
Did we
Can
get
the
developer?
song can we get the song that might be a dead giveaway too?
Well, I guess, does anybody have any more clues they want?
Yes, developer. Publisher, developer.
Does the main character wear gloves?
I have no idea. Hang on a second. I have to look up the developer.
And the main character.
We take a joke and we run with it.
Metal gloves are still gloves.
Yeah, I'm not acknowledging that question. The developer is Next Level Games.
Next level. Is
I
it
feel like I should know them.
Next Level? Is the people that did? What did they do?
Yeah, what did they do, Eugene?
What did they do, Eugene?
Help a homie out.
I'm not starting the next track until I have a few more guesses here because it's the last one.
How
Okay.
about
Pokemon, Star Fox. Is it Star Fox Command?
Ooh.
It is not Star Fox Command.
Is it a licensed game? Is it?
It's not. Jay-Z, thank you for this one, because this is turning out to be much more fun than I thought it would be.
Of course it is. We're losing.
Let's see.
All right. Are you guys ready for what will probably be the dead giveaway?
Yeah.
Hands on the
Right,
buzzer.
this is the title screen music. Maybe
Resident Evil Revelations 1 or 2?
Ooh.
Nope, that's
Were
not.
there any Metroid games on the 3DS I missed? Could it be 3D Metroid? No, that wouldn't be a thing.
I've got nothing.
At least one of you played this game.
It sounds kind of familiar, but like I don't know that.
The only things that are coming to mind are Dementium 1 and 2, but that wasn't Next Level Games.
Spirit Camera? Was that a game on the 3DS? I feel like
That
that
was
was
a
That I
3DS game.
know of, but it's not that.
It
So
is. That was an AR game.
got a minute's worth of music left here, so you guys want to call it, or you want to keep guessing?
I don't
No.
think I'm going to be able to get this.
Eugene,
Is it Batman?
it is not Batman.
Next Level Games. I know I know they've done. I don't want to say what I know they've done because it'll give it away. I think.
Could you? Because I don't know what they've done.
If it will give it away, then don't you want to say it? Because that will.
Okay,
Win it.
I know Next Level Games has worked with Nintendo because they did Super Mario Strikers.
33 seconds left.
Oh, Federation Force.
There it is.
Dang
Love a
it!
Metroid game.
See, why did I speak?
I was dancing around that one.
Yes, you were, and I was trying my best.
I was
Leave
like-
it to the
I-
one who's
like-
never played a Metroid game.
That
Wow!
should say something. That should say
Wow!
something about what I consider Federation Force to be in the line of Metroid games. It went totally over my head to the point where I was making up other Metroid games.
That was beautiful. Jay-Z Beast, thank you.
Nice.
I am upset right now.
Also, that game does have more than 3 tracks, but nobody cares about that game. That's why it's not on the internet.
I don't know. I
honestly
checked.
a little proud.
I checked Cage Insider. I checked YouTube. Nobody had any more than 2 background tracks and the title. So
I'm a little
But
proud I
that's
got the
all I
Metroid
needed.
vibe from
Good
that
job,
right
Luke.
at the beginning. I'm okay with that. I didn't get the point, but I feel like I won something, so I'm good.
all right. Hey,
I'm proud of that one.
I'm going to reset
Glaring at you.
my audio real quick because I did not set my timer. So give me about 5-10 seconds.
While you do that,
15.
Eugene is one up on Lucas right now for the yearly Nintendo's thing,
Yep.
and Eugene generally wins on weeks where Justin hosts.
It's not happening tonight.
So
Yeah, he didn't win on this round, and this is a game he played. So
I'm banking on either me or Steve winning this one because I got to catch up with my boy Eugene, or I'm going to get thrown farther behind.
So
All
while
right.
we're waiting for Justin, let me just put a shout out to the people who are watching us live on Twitch. Thank you, Apple Bad Apple. Thank you, Electric Longboard. Thank you, everybody who's watching us right now. If you yeah, I'm telling you, if you haven't favorited us or followed us, please do so. We'd appreciate it. We've got this goal going on the bottom right now for our Twitch followers. We're almost there. We'd appreciate it if you followed us.
all right, are you set to go back?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, because I was ready before you start talking.
Go, Justin. Go, Justin. Go.
This next Patreon suggestion comes from Malik Emrys.
Ooh, I like it already. And I know what this is. Oh, keep talking so everybody's distracted. Oh my god, what is this?
Earthform.
Is this NBA Jam?
This is MGA Jam.
Yes!
and you did it without cursing.
Nice.
There's a very tasteless joke I could make right now, which I will not make. I will move on to
Because you're an
I am
adult.
the master of tasteless jokes.
so I will move on to our next Patreon request. This one comes from Corky Dog. And which one should I start with? Let's start with
Number
this
7.
Crash Bandicoot?
Nope.
Rayman Legends or Rayman Origins.
Nope.
Oh, I'm out.
Those are the only games Steve has ever played.
So I heard that. Wow.
Yeah, those are the only games with that particular instrument in them.
Hey! Thank you, Hazo, for following us. We really
Whoa!
appreciate that.
Someone listened to us and we asked them. Oh my god!
Wait a minute. Out.
Was not expecting that. By the way, that instrument is called a didgeridoo.
Thank you.
Wow.
No, it's a wow. Wow.
All right. Do we have any questions, requests?
Not I.
Could you play a different song?
Hang on, let me get my just.
Wait. This is starting to sound familiar.
Do you still want a different song, or do you have a question?
I would like a system.
Ukulele,
System is GameCube.
not ukulele. This is DK, or no, it's not that.
This isn't Freaky Flyers, right?
It is not.
So cool. Would have been so cool.
I
if
really
you
like
were-
this music.
Shall we hear something else?
Please.
Here's something else. My brain's working overtime on this.
This game also came out on the other systems of its era.
Is this Ty the Tasmanian Devil?
I'll give it to you. This is Ty the Tasmanian.
Holy shit!
Eugene, take
Eugene, censor that out!
I've never ever had to peek a Lucas before.
Okay, my only exposure to that game was in ads in Nintendo Power, and I took a total shot in the dark.
Hey, Lucas.
That was pretty impressive there.
Lucas, ads in Nintendo Power don't have music. How would that have been help?
Because I saw the character and I was like, oh, Australian, didgeridoo! And I went with it.
Ooh. Impressive.
All right. So with that one, you are all tied with one.
Now I'm leading by a half.
So you only get the half point if it's ties.
Oh! I like
What
it.
we got now?
Who is it? Eugene, you're muted. God damn it.
It was Plague Season. Plague Season. Thank you for following us.
Thank you.
All right. So this is our last Patreon request, and we'll see who comes out of the Patreon section of Nintendo's in the lead. I regret to inform you that there is only one piece of music for this game, so enjoy.
There is, or you could only find?
There is. I considered taking music from another game in this franchise. You know what? Yeah, all right. I did select the correct game. I was going to get music from another game in this franchise, but I didn't think that would be fair. So this particular game only has one track of music, and it's not even original to the game. But anyway, here we go. This one comes from Corrupted, and here's your one track of music.
Oh, God.
Oh, Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter. This is Spy Hunter.
It is Spy Hunter, and the music used for Spy Hunter is the James Gunn theme from, I don't know, something in the 60s. All right, so that puts Eugene in the lead going into my theme here. So let me explain to you my theme. Tonight's theme is going to be non-10-tunes. So let me give a little explanation about what that means.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a hint there.
Yeah. The games that I'm going to play tonight were all released on non-Nintendo systems. However, their development began on a Nintendo system. So these games started development on a Nintendo system. The game was canceled for the Nintendo system, and then it was released on a non-Nintendo system.
Well, this has been a fun round of Nintendo Tunes. I will see you guys next week.
I'm gonna need you to. No, let's just go. I'm still confused.
Well, there's a little bit of clarification. So these are not games that were developed concurrently on multiple systems and the Nintendo version was canceled. These are not games that were developed on a Nintendo system and then moved to a more advanced Nintendo system. And these are not ports of games that had already appeared on other systems to Nintendo systems that were canceled. These specifically began development in one form or another on a Nintendo.
Can you give me a non-Nintendo Tunes example, one that you're not using of this type of game?
Kind of blew my load on this one, but hang on a second. Let's see if there's a game that I didn't.
Okay, I can give you a hypothetical example that I think would work. Like,
right.
say they were developing Spider-Man for all the systems, and then they said, like, we're not putting it on Switch after all. That would count, right?
No.
Okay, so it had to have been developed just for Nintendo.
Okay, all right. Here's a good example. Bayonetta 2 began development probably for Xbox 360 and PS3. Was canceled, but came out on the Wii U.
Oh, so it's games that are
think
on
of it the opposite way.
No, okay.
They were on Nintendo,
okay,
but did not come out. So if
that
had been the other way around, Bayonetta 2 was developed for the Wii U and then canceled and then came out on Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh, okay. So
all right.
It is
interesting. Okay.
Bayonetta.
All right. So we all on.
I'm on this boat as much as I can fit.
It's popped into my head a couple weeks ago and thought I'd give it a shot. All right,
let's
so
do it.
Couldn't have waited until April 1st.
Nope. And even though I have a long list of Nintendo selections that I wanted to try, I had to do this one now. So let me go ahead with what should I start with? Let's do this one. Let's do a different one because for some reason that only has one track.
That was quick.
All right.
Dragon Quest something.
Dragon Quest
Star
11
Wars game?
No and no.
So here's where I think the problem with this theme is going to come into play. I don't know games that haven't been on Nintendo system.
None of you guys have ever played a non-Nintendo system game?
I have a PS3 and I've played JoJo on it.
At least one of you has probably at least heard of this game and not played it.
Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Is this a Switch game?
No. This began development on a Nintendo system.
Wait a minute.
Specifically Super Nintendo. That was canceled and came out on the PS1.
Conquer.
No.
Damn.
Final Fantasy 7.
All right, let me get another.
Did we get genre yet?
No, we did not. Genre is role-playing game.
Role-playing game. Did this come out on?
Came out on PlayStation 1, began development on the Super NES.
Is this a
No, it is not a
Oh, Chrono Cross.
Nope.
Ooh.
Damn. I thought
Is
I
it a
had that.
Square game?
No. I don't think so.
Boy, it sounds very Enix to me.
It is an Enix game.
There it is.
I don't know whether they were the same company back
Not
then.
yet. No, that didn't happen until like
So then it is
PlayStation 2.
Enix.
I want to say it's a Dragon Quest game, but I don't know what it would be. Monster Rancher? Was that Enix?
What? I don't know whether Monster Rancher was Enix. Steve, what did you say?
Blue Dragon.
That was it. No, that was 360.
I just heard dragon and I'm like, blue!
We're playing word association now. Hang on, I'll give you another track in just a minute. I'm trying to fix a little error I made here.
Is it? You said it's not a part of the Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior series?
I did
It
not
was
say
not
it wasn't.
answered specifically in one way or the other.
It is. Since you're asking specifically, it is a Dragon Warrior / quest game.
Is it 6 or 7?
It is 7. I'm going to let you share that point with Lucas, since he did say Dragon Quest a couple of times, but didn't pin down which one it was.
I'm good with sharing a point with Eugene.
If
Since
nobody
Eugene
had,
actually got the game.
if nobody had gone so far as to say Dragon Quest 7, I would have given it to Lucas, but I
That's
was
fair.
looking for the specific one. So Dragon
That's
Warrior.
I just said the wrong series.
I'm amazed that, unlike usual, I didn't just guess all the games. Like, I should have just started guessing, but I think of Dragon Quest as a Nintendo game, so it like threw me.
Sure. Awesome.
All right, let's see. Our next,
Which is probably the point of this theme.
it was just something different that popped into my head. All right, and here we go with our next game. Let me check my timer before I go too far. Got a minute and a half left, so let me switch this over. It's going to take all of a few seconds. And feel free to edit all of this out if you'd like, Eugene. That's not the most entertaining radio.
I had another plug and I can't remember what it was.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
I think I played this game.
Sounds like a U game.
I lost the
By
music
which I mean it's an old RPG.
Dark Souls.
It is all right. Well, I guess your first clue is it is not all that old, and it is not a turn-based RPG.
Okay.
I got nothing.
I'm having a hard one.
We did not need to know that.
That took him a minute. Loading screen. Right there.
All right, let's get some different music in here. Any questions? The clues are going to be essential for this game.
See, you say that, but I feel like the only clue that would help is what's the developer, and that's the clue I never get any help at. So I'm hesitant to even ask. Okay, what system?
What's the developer?
Okay, the system it released on was Xbox 360. The Nintendo system it was originally developed for was Nintendo 64.
Oh, I know what this is. This is Too Human.
This is Too Human. Shouldn't have given you what it was developed for.
That gave it away right away for me.
Because I mean, the honest truth about that game is it went from N64 to PlayStation, then I think to either GameCube or Xbox, then to Xbox 360, and then to the dumpster because everybody.
Yeah. Too Human wasn't that bad. I like the Norse theme. Did you ever?
Let's not get it this way. It was supposed to be a trilogy.
Yes. Well, yeah. And then it
won.
Yeah. And then the studio went under.
Right. All right. So that's another one for Eugene, who is in the lead with 4. Lucas is second with 2, and Steve has 1.
No, Steve has pizza.
No, this is toast.
That is a lot more disappointing.
Steve's got mail.
I want that as a ringtone.
All right, so here is our next game.
Is this Ghouls and Goblins? Super Ghouls and Goblins? Ghouls and Ghosts?
Nopety, nope.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
Nope.
Damn, that would have been clever.
Oh, this is murdering me.
Clever enough.
Oh, moving it upside down.
I'm not watching this video, so I have no idea what Steve is doing. I'm just amused by the Again, lose if you want them. Or more music. I have plenty of music for this game.
Is this Gauntlet?
This is not Gauntlet.
What system is this music from? This game's
is
music
from the Sega Genesis. Development began on the original NES.
I don't know a lot of games that would have jumped from the NES to Genesis.
Believe it or not, there were a lot.
Did we get...
Probably wrong. Echo the Dolphin.
No.
Did we get genre?
Genre is run and gun.
It's not Gunstar Heroes, is it?
It is not Gunstar Heroes.
Rystar?
Damn it, Lucas. That's what I was going to say.
You want to say it, Steve?
Ristar.
You're wrong, Steve.
That's funny.
I was shocked at how upset you were by that. I'm like, I don't think that's it.
Games. This is part of a series that has had games on the Nintendo. This is the sequel to a Nintendo game, and another couple of sequels came out on Nintendo 64.
Oh no, this is that one that they did the Sega 3D Classics one, the shooting game, isn't it?
What?
I don't know the name of it, but
neither do I. I don't even know what that description is. All right, do we need any more information here? Ask me a question.
Did we get genre?
Run and gun.
Run and gun, yeah, run and gun.
So figure side-scrolling shooter.
Is it like Boogerman? Is it Voltron? Not Voltron. What was that other one that was like the balls?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's not that.
Yeah, I can see the guy in my
Vector.
Yeah, Vector Man. Yeah.
The guy who was the balls.
This would not be a game that was made by Sega, because Sega wouldn't have made a game for a Nintendo system. But this was a Sunsoft game developed by Software Creations. Sequel to an NES game, and
is it Blaster Master something or other?
It is Blaster Master something or other, specifically Blaster Master 2.
Cool. As soon as you said Sunsoft, I'm like, wait, I know that.
I was actually...
Whoa, that explains why the Blaster Master sound effects are the same as the ones in Fester's Quest, because they're all made by Sunsoft.
I was expecting Eugene to pick up on that before anybody else, because he always gets the Sunsoft music.
Well, much to my chagrin, I did not get it.
All right, so Steve just tied himself with Lucas. Eugene's still in the lead with 4.
How much do they have?
Half a point.
2.
Steve and Lucas are tied at 2.
Yeah.
Steve has 2.5.
Yeah.
No, he just gave us each the full point, I think.
No, but Steve has the point for...
Steve has the half for Dead Mouse.
Uh-huh.
If it comes down to a
we're doing that legitimately? I thought that was a joke.
If it comes down to a tie,
If it comes down to a tie, I'm giving it to Steve, just because he guessed Dead Mouse right off the bat when it wasn't even anything that he was supposed to guess.
For Justin's benefit, that would mean he doesn't have to do a tiebreaker.
Right. Wait, and I don't know if I could anyway. All right, so we are ready to go next round. This one will probably go quickly. But let's see here. Let's go with this one. I've played this game, but I don't know the soundtrack super well. Hopefully I'm not giving anything away right away.
Doom 2.
Vector Man?
It's not.
Quake 2.
No,
Does the main character wear gloves?
I have no idea.
Actually, the Doom Marine does wear gloves.
To answer your question, Eugene, yes, if that helps you in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, he does wear gloves. Okay. Okay.
I feel like that was sarcasm.
Eugene's
Not for
dog
me.
is bolted.
Okay, what system is this game on?
This system is on the. This game is on the PlayStation.
Is this Final Fantasy Tactics?
It is not Final Fantasy Tactics.
Is it Final Fantasy VII?
Final Fantasy 7? God damn it.
This is Final Fantasy VII. And
Yeah! No! You put your hands down, Steve!
I'm not watching the. I'm not watching the video.
You're just mad because last week I got you all excited for getting a wrong guess. So that was fun to watch again.
Sorry, Steve, he was like a fraction of a second before you on that one. Yes, Final Fantasy VII began its development on the Nintendo 64 and then was canceled when they didn't want to have to deal with cartridges. And
Right.
All right, so Eugene's still in the lead with 5. I don't know, just for the fun of it, I think I might combine Stephen Lucas into Stukas. And
Let's go with Lee,
I like Lee better. Mm-hmm.
which is what we're going to be doing after this next round. So.
maybe.
How many
All right.
cartridges would Final Fantasy VII be if it were on the Nintendo?
Oh God, it was like 4 discs, wasn't it?
3.
Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, it was 4 discs, but the majority of the game was on disc 1. So, no,
Yeah.
it was 3 discs. And the majority of the game was on disc 1.
Yeah. So are we thinking like 6 cartridges here?
Yeah, more than that. I mean, a CD held 10 times the amount of data as the largest N64 cartridge. However, Square didn't necessarily have to put in all the full motion video either.
True.
They could have done the game without all of that and made it smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we are going into our next round, and here we go.
Banjo-Kazooie on the Xbox?
It's not Kazooie
Oh,
on the
Conquer! Is it Conquer?
It's not Conquer.
It is rare, isn't it?
I'm not saying one way or
Grab by the Ghoulies! Yes! It's Grab by the Ghoulies!
Or
For once!
another video so I can see Lucas's face right now.
He's just shaking his head in disgust.
God, the ones that I expected Lucas to get, he is bombing on. The 2
this theme
Japanese
has-
role-playing games and the one game he calls out every week when it isn't even a Nintendo game and he isn't even...
See, I don't know what games started in development for Nintendo, so I'm like totally lost on this one. Like,
me
Well,
too.
Rare
I'm
by the
just throwing
Ghoulies
shit at the wall and hopefully something sticks.
Red by the Ghoulies was, yes, developed by Rare. It was released on the Xbox after Microsoft's acquisition of Rare. It started its development on the GameCube. All right.
I'm so excited to have gotten that point.
I'm sure you are. All right, here comes our next one. I don't know how many more rounds we have here. 6. Well, we've gone to 10. So why don't we call this one the last one? Just because I want to get this one in there, and I only had one more left to go. So we're gonna do this one just because I wanted to do it. One of the original games that inspired me to do this round. Stukas or Leave has 4 points. Eugene has 6. I don't know. I'll do something.
virtually impossible for us to win.
We shall
this-
henceforth be known.
Tell
as
you what. This round is worth 2 points. If Stukas can steal from Eugene, we'll have a tiebreaker.
No, if Stukas ties, if Stukas gets 2 points, then we win by 0.5 points.
Actually, and technically we would get 4 points because there's 2 of us playing.
Also
Have
true.
to award the pair of us.
All right, and we're going to start the music just to get the shenanigans over with.
Nights into Dreams.
Nope.
Elf
Elf
Bowl.
Bowling. The powers of Stukas combined.
I almost want to give you both a point for saying that. It's not right, but it's actually
That was amazing,
every way.
Oh, that was funny.
So, again, hints will be probably necessary on this one.
So let's have one.
Okay. All right. I was expecting somebody to ask for one, but
I did. I said let's have one.
demanding. This game came out on PlayStation and Saturn. And Windows, but
Sonic 3D Blast?
yes, Sonic.
But was developed for a Nintendo system.
I don't know,
Did
Sega
we-
was way back then.
What system is this on?
For the third time, PlayStation and Saturn.
Thank you. Is this Knights?
And
It's not
Windows.
Knights.
I guess
Not
Nights at the
Knights.
beginning. That does sound really familiar.
I don't
so
know
it was-
if you-
Was it originally developed then for the Super Nintendo then, I suppose, right?
Correct. It started its development on the Super Nintendo by a developer that actually worked very closely with Nintendo.
Hmm. Did we get developer? Let's get developer. I want it. I need it.
Let's see. Give me one here. Developer is Argonaut Software.
Argonaut. Oh my god. Is this Robotech? Robotron? No. Scratch that. Argonaut. What did Argonaut do?
What did Argonaut do?
Never heard of him.
What would Brian Boyd do?
Going to assume this isn't a South Park game, and that wasn't a really witty
No,
game.
that wasn't a hint. That was me making another incredibly dated reference.
Oh, you are old.
God, that movie's almost 20 years old. And I was old enough to see it without adult supervision. Kind of digging the snaps in this.
It reminds me of the spooky levels in Boom Blocks. I know it's not, but
What? I'm still trying to figure out what Argonaut did. Like, I know that name.
All right, I'm gonna give.
How about genre?
Genre is. All right, this is the same theme. All right, platformer.
Is this Ty the Tasmanian Dragon 2? The Tasmanian Dragon.
The Tasmanian Dragon.
Well, that is no, just not Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Is this
Ray.
like one of those mascot is it Rayman? Is it what else was there? Is it
not
Sly?
Listed, but here's kind of a big hint. It is a mascot platformer, but it began its development as a Nintendo mascot character. It was released on a non-Nintendo system with a different character.
Is this Croc?
This is Croc.
Ah, okay. Like the one, like, God, I remember in the early 90s, or the late 90s, there was like, everything was trying to be a mascot platformer.
Right. Croc began its life as a demo of a 3D Yoshi platformer on the Super Nintendo using the Super FX chip. Miyamoto rejected the concept, and they developed it into a independent property called Crot: Legend of the Gobos, and it released on PlayStation and Saturn.
And it went on to have a long, successful life. I fondly remember to this day.
In fact, I think that might have been Argonaut's last game. But anyway, that was non-10 tunes. I don't know. I had a couple of other ideas for this theme, but maybe I'll mix them into another. I don't think I can make another whole game out of it, but I'll mix them in another week. So the final score is Eugene with 7 and Stukas with 4.5.
Stukas. All right. Well, we'll be back with the question block.
I like this play because it sounds like good outro.
That's some good music for like the end of the Nintendo tunes.
Folks who care, I went ahead and moved on that thing.
Oh,
You should check Twitter out real quick.
Your mom moved on my thing.
Before we get back to it, and I'll make an announcement toward the end of the show.
Okay.
All right. Move that here.
He's moving. He's shaking. He's making moves.
I went with a simple one for this week because I figured it should be a little more,
Yeah.
On the Infendo Twitter?
Yep. I just posted it a few seconds ago.
Oh my god.
It?
Oh my god, that is amazing.
I can buy this, right?
That is amazing, dude.
It's only going to be up through next Wednesday. So when we go live at the end of the show, I'll replace it with next Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that's freaking great. If you guys haven't seen already, go to Infendo's Twitter and buy a shirt. My goodness.
How much are shirts?
I think it's 18 for a tee, but if you use our login, I think you can get it for like 13.5 because they give us our cut in a discount. So.
I know, right?
This is gonna be worse than Amiibos.
That's it. I'm sending you my wish list. Give you something worthwhile to spend your money on.
Thank God I'm getting a $500 bonus on my check on the 22nd because I'm gonna
So I will mention this new Avengers initiative at the end of the
I love that. Dude, that is amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
Babe, look, I'm gonna get this. I'm buying it. Lucas just made it like literally 5 seconds ago.
This is probably what he was doing instead of playing Nintendo tunes because he probably gave up like I usually do.
Once I knew that I had no chance, I figured I'd just focus on Photoshop.
Bring it in, so let's go.
I'm eating.
Well, I mean, you had a chance because there were 2 Japanese RPGs and a game that you guessed.
I couldn't get those.
Nintendo.
This is not my zone.
When I played Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. I'm gonna get the show coming back in.
I'm actually disappointed in Lucas for not getting more of those since I catered that one to him to a degree.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, because Lucas is not very good with the developer type stuff like you or I are, you know?
Developers.
I mean, not to take anything away from you, Lucas, but I think you would say that yourself, you know?
Oh, I have no idea.
He has said that himself.
Unless it's Nintendo, I'm like out on devs. So as soon as I always try to guess it before we get to that hint, because I know that hint gives you a big advantage.
Oh my god, everybody go to Twitch and look at Eli Arc Girl's the little freaking clip that she pulled from our Nintendo tunes. That's amazing.
Oh
god. All right, so we're gonna roll it back in here once Steve gets back, and then I think that we'll let Lucas, you can read Minus's question.
I will do that. I do think I got the fewest points by 0.5 points since we're counting Muse or whatever. Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
Muse. basically the same thing.
You know what? Actually, I know it's Deadmau5, but I've been thinking Muse in my head the whole time. I don't know why.
Really? Mm-hmm. I was amazed when me and Steve both guessed Elf Bowling.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a special kind of bizarre there.
Oh my god, this Cinnabon is amazing. Apparently, this is the Cinnabon Center. I didn't know you can just like buy the cinnamon roll center, but apparently that's a thing.
Is that like ice cream with like a cinnamon bun center?
Pretty much, because it's got a hell of a lot of frosting in it.
Damn. I feel like that's like literally zero nutrition.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we're not looking for that right now.
I'm trying to avoid stuff like that since I've actually lost 10 pounds in the past few weeks.
Damn, you and Lucas are like killing it. You guys should like.
We're like
Seriously.
the opposite of the hungry hippos. We're in a race not to stuff our face.
I've cut so much sugar out of my diet. Like all of my cereal are like low sugar. I don't drink orange juice anymore. My coffee has probably like maybe a teaspoon of sugar in it now instead of, like 7 tablespoons.
Right.
Because I used to use the like French vanilla sweetened creamer, and not only is there a lot of sugar in that, I used a lot of it. So I've started using half and half in the powdered French vanilla, and I just sprinkle a little bit of it on to sweeten it slightly.
Sure. That's
be really hard.
It was hard, but you know what? The half and half makes it tolerable.
No, I mean, I hate coffee, so that's not even like an issue. No, I mean Minus's question. Like, freaking, that is going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like we're ready to get back to it.
Yep. Steve, you ready?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this.
The question, right? It's tough. Oh, the Twitch thing.
I already know that.
That little clip thing, I need to learn how to do that. That's cool.
I'm not booting it up because every time I go to Twitch to check on something, my internet cuts out for like 30 seconds. So clearly I'm not equipped to handle 2 things at once yet.
Fair enough. All right, well... Right. Well, since we are back, let me find some music to level out. How about this one? No, I don't like it. Don't like it. Get out of here.
We couldn't hear it, so guess we don't get it.
Oh yeah,
End of the World is good, or Eclipse of the World. Anything with Eclipse in it is good.
Jesus Christ, Lucas! That was going to be the new opening song.
It's the end of the
Well, there's like 4 eclipses. There's Eclipse of the Moon, Eclipse of the Sun, Eclipse of the World.
Same one.
No, they're not.
Eugene,
they're different.
It's towards the bottom. It's probably in the 30s.
Actually, Winkle's theme is pretty good.
Oh, you guys couldn't even hear any of this. I've been playing music this whole time.
Yeah, no, I said we couldn't hear it.
I'm vetoing all of this because I want to go with this one, actually. Where is that? Yeah, this is what we're going with.
Yeah.
I love Telltale Heights. Okay.
That's in Hyrule Warriors?
In adventure mode.
Oh, see, I only have like the original Wii U soundtrack sans DLC, so I haven't heard most of that.
I put a link in one of our Discord things.
I downloaded it. I'm gradually replacing the tracks in my iTunes with the ones that you shared, and I will add all the ones that aren't already in there when you figure that out.
Is that the coconut? Because I was about to get it. All right, Lucas, you ready? I'm bringing in the music. I'm muting myself. It's all you.
Ready to go.
Sorry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Infendo Radio. Some of us got destroyed in the latest Nintendo tunes, but that's okay. Got a couple of months to catch up to Eugene yet and get back into it. We are pivoting into our next segment, which is going to be a short one. It's called the Question Block. If you've never watched the show before, the way this works is we answer our patrons' questions that they have for us, however random and non-Nintendo themed they may be sometimes. If you would like to participate in the Question Block, it's a $3 patronage a month. Feel free to throw us whatever you want to know. We are not shy about answering. This week's only question comes from Minus64, and it is video game related, so I'm excited. What is your favorite genre of video game, and why? This is freaking impossible to answer. Oh, it is. I love fighting games, specifically like anime fighters for some reason. Those just always seem to be really good. I love racing games. I don't even know if I have a solid favorite. It might be just like generic adventure games, but that's like half the market. And I feel like I've kind of outgrown most of those except for Zelda. So I'm going to think this one over a little bit more, and I'm going to let you guys give me your answers. Steven!
It's simple. The one genre that I always find myself going back to.
Hyrule Warriors.
God. No, sorry. I thought I heard thunder. No, it's.
I was really outraged at that. Like, gee!
Hyrule Warriors is good. I'm 265 hours into it.
Right.
But I always find myself going back to platformers. Whether it's Donkey Kong Country, or whether it's, Super Mario Brothers. 2D platformer, 3D platformer, it doesn't matter. But I would have to say that platformer is my favorite. Rayman, I love the Rayman Origins and Legends games. Shovel Knight, how do you forget about that one? So yeah, platformers I think would have to be mine.
Alright, so
Comfort.
this is also tough for me.
It is. Oh my god.
I mean, I love platformers, especially, like Steve said, Donkey Kong Country and the Super Mario ones, but I think the games that I tend to go back to the most are anything that's open world. Like anything that has open exploration. I just love, I love Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, like anything that just gives me an immersive environment and things to do and just says, here you go, have fun.
Sure.
That said, I also really enjoy, ironically, the very linear, story-based, not really difficult games. Like, one of the reasons I loved Lifeless Planet was it was just an immersive story experience that wasn't difficult. It wasn't, there wasn't exploration involved or anything like that. It's just kind of, here's the beginning, here's the end, and this is the story we want to tell. Like BioShock, like those are the games that stick with me for years and years and years because they just, Portal, that memorable story.
All right, well, I've got mine, but Eugene, do you have yours?
I do, but you sounded way more convinced about yours than I do about mine.
I know what it is now, and it took a little digging, but my favorite genre is specifically monster catching RPGs.
Okay.
I think in part because there's so few of them, but like you go to a Pokemon, you go to a Dragon Warrior monster. I even really like this weird indie one that didn't do very well called like Crystal Monsters or whatever on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am a fan of games where you get monsters, you can grow them, you can evolve them, you can trade them, you can train them. Like
Sure.
those are my favorite games, I think. So, and in part because that goes back to my whole thing of when I'm playing a game, I want to be telling a story, not being told a story.
Right.
And that game gives me the ability to do that because it's like you go out, you choose which monsters you want to catch. Nobody's experience is going to be the same. Like I like that, and that's what those games gives me.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of piggyback onto yours and say that I don't play a lot of them, but when I do, I play them really hard. RPGs, but more specifically like an action RPG, like a Tales type of game or something like that, or even Star Ocean, because I don't know what it is about those type of games. Sorry, Luigi. I love to have a RPG game where like I actually have to do something. Like so that's why I like the Tales games where it's almost like a fighting game. You're almost playing Street Fighter when you're in the battles, which I really like. So that's kind of my genre, I would say. Justin, you looked like you were about to add on to yours.
No, I was just trying not to make a your mom joke.
Oh, God.
And with that...
Yeah, and with that, that's the question block. If you want to join in on the question block fun, you can too by joining us on patreon.com/Infendo Radio at the $3 tier. We're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about all the games we've been playing in the Change the System segment.
Yeah, I'm jumping on the shameless self-promotion trend I'm noticing in the...
I see that.
I saw Steve do it, and I was like, well, I might as well do it too. I don't know Twitch, but I have a
One
website.
story about mine. Up until the middle of Nintendo's, I realized I was plugging the wrong goddamn Twitch channel. /Gentis1.
That's pretty amazing. That's
I wish
pretty
that was my
amazing.
Twitch channel, Josh Gentis.
Probably get it.
All right, so change the system. Let's find some more music. Let's go with this one. Yeah, no, I guess that'll work. Let's save that. I think I want.
So,
I'm kind of digging the retros.
Okay.
So,
Oh, yes.
Steve, is this like an official release, or did
No.
somebody... What?
No, this isn't an official release.
Okay, because
It's
I noticed it
supposed
has
to be
disc
good,
1 and disc 2, and
Yeah, if you read the description, disc 2 is the alternate versions of the tracks that were originally in the Wii U version that are not in Infinity.
okie dokie.
All right, I'm gonna bring us in with music. I'm the person that'll bring us in to change the system, so you guys don't have to worry about none of that shit. Here we go.
You'll give yourself a visual cue, though. It just makes me feel better.
Okay, I should give myself a thumbs up.
Yes.
All right, cool. I will.
Now we're supposed to start talking.
The fucking deal, Steve. Here we go. Oh wait, let me reset the music. Okay, here we
Now
go.
he's gonna.
I'm disappointed.
All right, we're here. We're talking about change the system. We got the thumbs up to do it. We're ready to rock and roll. Guys, I've been playing some games this week that isn't just Dead Cells, but
Oh my god!
But I want to start with Dead Cells because that's what I want to do. I think I had mentioned that I finally beat that game. There is like an end game to it, so there's like more to do after the fact, as any good game has. But I do have to say that I want to correct myself here, because after I beat the game, I actually went and looked up some strategies and all this kind of stuff, because I don't like to do that before the game. But I did realize that I had misspoken saying that there's like shortcuts, I guess, because it's always 7 stages to get to the final boss. But it like kind of mixes you around where you go. So like you could bounce around between the different stages, whereas on a different path you would get a different set of levels, which is kind of cool. So it's not quite a shortcut, but you can still take alternate paths. So I definitely wanted to correct myself in that respect. But other than that, Dead Cells is still proving to be a mainstay in my collection. I did buy that game digitally, which is very nice because it's always on my system, so it's great. Okay, no more Dead Cells though. I did get the chance to play Nintendo's mobile game very briefly. Dragula Lost, I think is how we decided we were going to pronounce it, right? Dragula? Yeah, okay. That...
Oh, I don't have my thing set up to play the music.
But yeah, it's okay. I liked it. I literally have only played about 10 minutes when I was pooping the other day. So, but I do enjoy the story aspects of it. And what's really cool is you can actually like skip the story, and it like still kind of gives you like a recap of the type of things that you would need to know. So like if I don't want to hear all this Japanesey stuff going on, and I only want to know like the main things that I need to know for the mission, I could do that too. So like that was pretty interesting. I enjoyed that aspect of it. But again, like 10 minutes in, that's about all I've gotten into that game. Also played some more Pokemon Go. Got my Suicune. I think that's how you say that Pokemon. Steve, correct me.
Suicune?
Oh god, I'm the worst at pronouncing Pokemon names. Ask Lucas.
It's sweet.
It's abysmal.
Yeah, so assuming it uses the Japanese pronunciation, it's Suicune.
So I got that guy. He's pretty legit. I will continue to get my daily tasks. I freaking love that game. It's great. It's fantastic. Awesome. Next game that I've been playing a lot of, and this is going back again, but I do want to highlight this aspect of the game, PUBG. So I've been playing it on multiple fronts. I'm addicted again. I've been playing it on my PC, and then I go to bed, and then I play it on the TV. And then when Heather says it's too late, it's time to turn off the TV, and I pull out my phone, and I've been playing PUBG Mobile. Like, I don't know what it is. It's not even that good on mobile, but, like, I just love PUBG. And I love it so much more than Fortnite. And let me tell you something. I went and played Fortnite again on the Switch by myself. Maybe it was because I was by myself, but I just did not have a good time. And then, I went and played for PUBG again.
Yeah, I refuse to play it by myself. I'll only play it if there's somebody I know in it. Because to me, that's what Fortnite is. It's getting together with your friends and, like, watching each other's backs.
I'm actually in the opposite boat. I've had some of my best rounds playing by myself. I don't know. I get in on, like, the solitary aspect of it, but... Not to interrupt Eugene's entire thing here.
No, so that's PUBG. Not really much else to say about that. I do have to say though, before I move away from PUBG, my freaking record on mobile is outstanding. I think I've won like 10 games and lost out of like 15 games that I've played. So like, I don't know if it's because mobile people aren't good there or whatever, but that's cool. But last thing I want to bring up, and I don't know why I bought it, but it was just on a whim. I actually bought a VR game. Okay, I'll be quick on this one. I bought a VR game, and it is a licensed VR game. So I bought the game called Creed: Rise to Glory. It's for the movie that's going to be coming out. It's a boxing game in VR. No, it's a boxing game. It's pretty good actually, I have to say. I bought it because I had some Oculus credit. I think that they gave me credit because like they messed up their store a little while ago for some reason, and I had like $10 sitting in my account, and I was like, okay, well I'll buy this game then. I only had to spend like $15 on it, so yeah, it was fun. I'll probably have more to say about that on next week's show because I literally just bought it last night. But yeah, it was fun. All right, that's all I've got. Who wants to take next?
Well, since we're talking about games that, we put way too much time into that we shouldn't. I'm still playing Hyrule Warriors, not nearly as much as I used to, though. I'm finding that the hard mode Skulltulas in Legend and Free mode are crazy difficult. I'm enjoying it, but when it takes me 45 minutes to an hour to do a single mission, and in adventure mode I can do like 5 or 6 missions in 45 minutes to an hour, it's quite an adjustment. So I'm definitely taking my time working through the story mode missions.
Sure.
Lucas had the idea the other night that we were going to play Rocket League because we were talking about streaming Rocket League, and I was like, no, there's no way my computer can handle streaming, but let's play.
But he was
And
wrong.
they left me out.
Oh, Justin. Yeah, we started well after you were already in bed. I decided, what the hell, I'll download the latest version of the software, which was allegedly 40%, more efficient than the last version. We had a Rocket League stream going on Twitch last night, and we actually had people watching. We had Andy watching us. Plague Season was
freaking
watching,
cheering us on right at the beginning.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. And then I accidentally minimized the chat and forgot that it was even a thing, and they were all gone by that point. Yeah, Andy was watching us in the middle of lunch. It was really fun though. And then after we finished playing some Rocket League, and my gosh, that new disc that they've got of music is so good. It released like less than a week ago. And if you boot up Rocket League right now with the latest update, that's the music that it sets to default is Rocket League Cross Monster Cat Volume 4.
Wait, say that again?
It's either Rocket League Cross Monster Cat Volume 4 or it's Monster Cat Cross Rocket League Volume 4.
Probably just say Rocket League and Monster Cat. Like it's a collab album.
Whatever volume.
Oh,
4.
Monster Cat is a person. Okay.
They're a like record
like
label
DJ group.
that's got like an exclusive deal with Rocket League apparently because they've done like 4 volumes of the music.
I was just as lost as you were, Eugene.
Yeah. Regardless, that disc is so good, but I have mine set to where it shuffles from all 6 discs. I just have the unreleased tracks turned off.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm playing Rocket League again. Thoroughly enjoying it. And now that I know that not only can my computer stream our Rocket League session, I can actually interface in the Zoom call.
Mm-hmm.
So you will actually be able to hear the call that's going on while we play. So expect a little more of that over on twitch.tv/Infendo Radio. I was doing so good with my links tonight and I just messed them up. And the other cool thing too is my Twitch channel, which is on screen, twitch.tv/Gentis, is set up to where whenever Infendo's live, like I'm broadcasting Infendo right now, we have a few other people that have set it up with us. I know EP just got his going tonight. Who else do we have hosting us tonight, Eugene?
Ellie Archgirl, Fat Sack.
So yeah, we've got a few listeners, so if that's something you guys are interested in, let us know. We're happy to do that. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a lot more Twitch stuff because it's freaking fun. So that's what I've been doing. I haven't really been playing anything. I've been messing around with my capture card again.
Well, that's nice. Hey, that works. Put some money into the capture card. Might as well use it.
Yeah, exactly. A year later.
I feel like I should piggyback off of Steve since I'm going to be talking about Rocket League 2. Is that cool with you, Justin?
You have Rocket League 2?
I don't have a whole lot to.
You don't know about that, Steve.
I don't have a lot to talk about.
Hey.
All right. Well, that was okay. Rocket League, yeah, that's the thing we did. Me and Steve played it. You don't need to know about that because you can go and watch it. Go to our Twitch and check out our videos, or go to our YouTube where we've been uploading those videos without any editing, so you get to stare at a blank screen for like 4 minutes before it starts.
Hey, that blank screen has some good music.
You know how to fast forward on YouTube. We're not going to hold that against
Yeah, it's
you.
about 10 minutes.
But yeah, no, we uploaded the footage. We played for like 2.5 hours last night. We stopped at like 2:30, so it was a thing, and we kicked ass or butt. We kicked butt at that game. I like how I just had a conversation with Eugene about how I never use profanity, and tonight. But no, we played really good. They made all of the modes. I'm sure this is months old news, but they made all of like the extra modes ranked now. So like I finally have somebody to play a ranked game with because Steve likes the hockey, and we used to like basketball. We got our butts handed.
I love hockey. Yeah, those guys that were playing basketball were way too good for their own.
Yeah,
business.
Basketball I have a hard time with, but hockey I like.
Drop shot is a blast too.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Go check that out, I guess, and look for us because we'll be doing a lot more streaming. I have a feeling. I only really played 2 other games that are worth mentioning. The first one is Binding of Isaac. It is a game I have played a lot of, mostly on the Wii U, a little bit on the 3DS, and now I have it on the Switch. And it is a good game, and it is a game that is definitely not for everyone. Art style-wise, story-wise, lore-wise, whatever you want to say, it is messed up. But it's a solid game, and I really enjoy it. So I don't really know what else to say about that. I'm almost back to where I was. I thought I had never beaten Hell. I got to Hell, which I forget what it's called, Shoggorath or something. I beat Satan, and then I realized that I have gotten farther than that because I only have like one of the missing puzzle panels that you get after you beat Mom and Mom's Heart, and then you do Hell for the first time. That's like one of the 5 achievements. So there's a lot more to do, I guess, because I remember having 2 or 3 of those. So I'm catching up to where I was, but it's tough to remember exactly what to do to get everything. I've unlocked most of the characters. I'm trying to beat Greed Mode with Azazel, who is my favorite character, because when I do that, I unlock a new character that I've never played as before. So I want that to be a thing. But a lot of work to do in that game. Looking forward to it. The only other game I've played is, believe it or not, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or Dragon Ball Fighters, depending on your pronunciation and where you grew up, I guess.
The correct pronunciation is Fighters.
I heard Fighter Z the other day.
No,
though.
it's Fighters. Capcom confirmed it. Well,
anyway, the long and the short of it is that it is a game, and it is a good game, but it is also a game that is marred by many of the problems of the industry today. Let's talk about that for a minute. In terms of like raw fighting game, it almost suffers from like Mario Tennis syndrome, because like the raw game is really solid. You can do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 1-on-3, 2-on-3, whatever you want to do. There's like 20 characters to play from. Visually, it is one of the most solid games like I've ever seen in terms of like representing the source material. It looks like you're watching like an anime as you're fighting, and it's beautiful. It's well done. The voice acting is either in English or Japanese, depending on your preference. Like, it's a great game. But then you get into the fact that like 7 of the characters or 8 of the characters, I think it's 8, are DLC characters that each cost $5 a pop. And even if you decide not to buy those characters, they stay on the character select screen with a big lock symbol over them. So it makes you feel like you haven't unlocked them, and it encourages you to buy them. They're selling a music pack for $15 that has like 1-minute tracks from the anime that then loops over and like is just kind of a rush job. It's just, there's a lot of little things like that just kind of rub me the wrong way. Like, it's a super solid game. You can tell the devs who worked on it had a great time with it. But whoever was in charge of like the marketing aspect, whoever was the Iwata to that side of things, just really sucks, because they've made it as cash grabby as possible. And I've already heard there's going to be a second season of DLC, another 8 characters on the way. So
I hate when they use the DLC.
Oh, yeah. So if you get that game and you're the type of person who can't resist buying DLC, you're going to be in trouble, because it's already like $100 to buy every character. But if you can look past that and just enjoy the game for what it's worth and not get sucked into it, it's a really good game, and I'd recommend it. It's definitely not like the god tier, like Smash Bros-esque kind of game that I think people were hyping it up to be. I think Dragon Ball always gets a little more credit than it deserves when games come out because it's Dragon Ball. But it's a solid game. And for people like me who are kind of hungry for anime fighters on their Switch, who don't really have a lot of them, it kind of scratches that itch. It's a really well done 2D fighting game. It's quick, it's fast paced, there's a lot to learn, but it's easy to use. The Switch version, it might be an exclusive, has like a simplified control scheme that I love, because I hate having to remember combos and stuff in fighting games. So there's a lot to love. There's just also a lot to hate from like the marketing standpoint. So do with it what you will, but I'd recommend it if you're looking for something like that. And that's all I got to say about that.
Nice.
Well, I can kind of transition off of that. I didn't play a whole lot this week, but I did play a game that has a very similar problem to what Fighters seems to have. I played Pokken Tournament this week. My older kid has recently been given permission to stay up an extra hour and a half on non-school nights. So, of course, he wants to play games with me on those nights. So he said, I want to play the Switch. I'm like, well, I don't have a whole lot on the Switch that's multiplayer. And I said, it's mostly single player games, but we'll look. And I said, I've got Pokken Tournament. All right, let's play that. So we popped it in, and I've played it on the Wii U. I've played it with him on the Wii U. It was fun on the Wii U. It is just as fun on the Switch. I don't remember which Pokemon were or were not in the Wii U version, so I couldn't tell you which, if the new ones are better, but it is nice to have the full roster that the arcade version had. But same problem as Fighters. There are those 2 DLC fighters that are $15 if you want to add them to your roster, and they sit right there and let you know that they're available all the time, but you can't select them because you didn't pay for them. And the funny part is I actually bought Pokken Tournament used because I figured it justified. If I could get it used for $45 or less, it justified spending the $15 for the DLC, but then I couldn't commit to buying the DLC because I never played the game. I've played the game, I still can't commit. So that might be one of those things that I do if they either ever put it on sale or if, I just have a crap ton of eShop money that I have no idea what to do with.
See, I was unaware that they did that because when I got Pokken, the first thing I did was get the DLC for it. I was like, I'm getting Blastoise. I don't really care about Aegislash, but I want all the Pokemon. So I went in like full force. I had no idea they do that. That really sucks.
Yeah, that's actually what
temptation, you know.
That's what I did when I got Breath of the Wild for the Switch. Was I already had it on the Wii U. I already had the expansion pass on the Wii U. But I knew I was going to want, because I want to play Master Mode, I knew I was going to want the expansion pass on the Switch, so I bought the expansion pass before I even had the game itself. But yeah, if you haven't purchased the DLC on Pokken, the characters are still there with a little, padlock on them showing that, hey, these exist if you want to give us $15. And $15 just seems...
It's a lot you get 2 characters.
You get 2 new fighters, and I think you get 2 new assist teams per fighter. So, I don't know if there are any new stages, but who the hell cares? They're just stages. I don't know. Of course, I'm the one who bought every single stage for Smash Brothers.
I did too.
Though I didn't buy all the characters. So,
well, but see, in a game like Smash, a game like Mario Kart, that's like DLC done right, because it's not in your face about it. It's like, hey, you can buy this, but we're not going to like rub it in your face that you don't have it. Hell, you can even play it online with people that do,
Well, not only that, but in Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, a new stage is completely new with new hazards, new layouts, whatever. Whereas in something like Pokken, you're still in a circular arena. It's just a different background. I don't know if there are new stages or not. I haven't bought it. I might buy it if we end up playing the game enough, because then it's worth it. But right now it isn't. So whatever. We played a stage of Shovel Knight. I'm going to keep going because I'm actually almost done. We played a stage of Shovel Knight because I'd never played it co-op, and I know he always recognizes the amiibo, so I figured he'd like to try the game. He's not very good at it, unsurprisingly, because he's 8, and that's a pretty challenging platformer. We got all the way to Steve, which is the ghost one? What's his name?
Spectre Knight.
Spectre Knight.
Spectre Knight like that.
We got all the way to the boss, and I thought, oh, this should be pretty easy with 2 of us. They double the health bar, and of course he has no idea what he's doing, so I have to take down a double strength boss mostly by myself. So we weren't able to beat the boss.
Well, yeah, because what that game does is the bosses get double health, and you share a health bar. And if the second character dies, they take half of your health to bring him back. Sorry, go ahead.
Jeez.
No.
No?
No.
They must have updated it.
Anyway, we played a couple things on the Super NES Classic. I don't remember what they were. So, and for most of the week, I've been playing like Breath of the Wild, Tropical Freeze. I think I finally reached the point in Tropical Freeze that I left off on the Wii U. So I'm kind of excited to see what else is out there. And yeah, it's just, besides that one night, it's been a pretty uneventful gaming week. So hopefully these guys won't leave me out of another Rocket League session, or maybe somebody will want to play Fortnite with me or something like that in the next couple of weeks. But I don't know. Starting a new job this coming week, so I might not have much gaming time anymore anyway.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we did it, guys. We made it to the end of the show. Thank you for everybody who has been watching us this whole time. I hope you earned lots of rupees by watching us on twitch.tv/Infendo Radio. Remember, next week we're going to have a cool giveaway that we'll be talking about a little bit later on here in this show, maybe. Somebody's got something to say about it. In any case, we are going to get out of here, y'all. So please, please, please make sure that if you are, doing anything for us, the one thing we want you to do is go to twitch.tv/Infendo Radio and hit that follow button. We'll give you like 3 kisses at least. Justin will give you 2 of them. We need to get that to 50 followers. That's the big goal that we are on right now. Go ahead and do that. If you're already on Twitch, visit our merch shop because there's a link for that right there. You can buy some t-shirts, buy some mugs. There's some cool stuff in there. That's really all the plug-in I'm going to do because I did a lot of plug-in at the beginning of the show. I'm going to throw the plug over to Justin. Where are you going to plug into the wall this week?
Well, I actually have something to plug this week. Those of you listening to the show know that I usually plug my Disney site and Twitter page, utilidork.com. I posted a blog this week on the anniversary of Walt Disney World. Not much of one, but it's something I wrote months ago and just hadn't gotten around to posting. So go check that out. Still looking for people who want to write. But in the meantime, you can go to utilidork.com. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr. And I have YouTube and SoundCloud channels that I haven't used yet. But if you go to utilidork.com, you can follow the links to all of those things and follow me on all those things. And if you want to write for me, send me a message on Twitter because I'd love to have more material on the site.
And that's all he has to say about that.
Sorry, the volume on my headphones got turned all the way down, so I didn't know whether anybody was talking or not.
No one was.
Steve, where are you talking this week?
You don't even know who you're talking to.
Oh, I almost... I did forget to plug the at Infendo Justin. That's right.
Yeah, you might want to plug at Infendo Justin. You can find me ordering off of our merch store during the show because I really want one of the items we have on there. And when I'm not there, you can see me up till 3:30 in the morning streaming on twitch.tv/Gentis. Or
Nice.
you can follow me on Twitter at Gentis1 or at Dramatic Poo.
Which is a totally legitimate Twitter
If you
page.
don't believe me? Find it on Twitter because it's there. And it is glory. Thank you to everybody that's hosting us on Twitch. We want to do that for as many of you guys as want to do it for us. So hit us up if that's something you're interested in because it's really cool.
Where are you going to be residing this week, Lucas? Are you doing anything interesting in the interwebs?
Tell you, I won't be residing in any dramatic poos, that's for sure. Where you can find me, though, is at chromatichue.com, which is my website. I have not done anything. I have not done anything big on it this week. I will be doing something big on it probably the coming week. I needed like a week off from the whole game design thingy. But yeah, that's the burying the lead right there. I'm working on a game. So if you want to see how that's progressing and check out some character bios and stuff, that's the place to go. If you need it spelled, you can find me on Twitter through Infendo, I guess, and just have it spelled out there because I don't want to spell it out on the air. There is one other thing I would like to plug this week that we kind of came up with during this episode. We are going to start doing weekly shirts that are only going to be good from the live episode to the end of the next live episode. Then they're gone. You're never going to see it again. You'll probably see it again at some point, but not for a really long time until we run out of ideas and start recycling them. So this week we have a shirt on our merch shop that you can click on right from our Twitch. It is, I already forgot what it said. Does the main character wear gloves? And it has a little Mario paint glove that I made in Photoshop. You can get that shirt. You can wear that t-shirt. It's going away next week. We'll replace it with something else. We're going to try to theme each week after something that happens on the show, some funny recurrent thing that we do all the time. We do a lot of things, so we'll have material for shirts. But yeah, every week, check out our merch shop. We're going to be updating it with a new shirt, getting rid of an old one. If you want that shirt, this is your week to get it. That's all I have to say about that. And Eugene has nothing to say because once again, he is muted.
Very, very nice. So I have to say one thing before we get off the show. I just bought the shirt.
I'm buying it now. I'm now as we speak.
Well, at the very least, we'll have ourselves as customers.
Right?
I need whatever job you guys have.
All right, guys. We are going to get out of here. We will see you all next week. Thank you all for joining us live. If you did, we appreciate that. Mwah! Bye-bye.
I'm not giving you
Bye,
a kiss
everybody.
because you didn't subscribe. But when you do, you'll get a kiss and 2 more from Justin.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
So, Minus has a request for that shirt. He wants to have the Infendo logo on the arm sleeve.
I can do that. I can do a quick edit and put the Infendo logo on the sleeve. Maybe I'll make that a frequent thing with the shirts. I might up the price by like $1 or $2.
It definitely will, yeah.
So you're gonna have to be cool with that, but I'll go ahead and make the edit.
Awesome. Yeah, it is. I'm so excited for that shirt. Actually,
I'm
if
waiting
you're
to order it so you make the edit.
Okay.
I was just gonna say.
I'm excited for like the weekly shenanigans that this
Right?
is going to inspire.
All right, live stream. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us live. We hope that you got lots of rupees. Make sure that you guys are saving those up because next week you're going to use them. Going to have a little giveaway. It's going to be fantastic. Bye-bye.